Good morning, beach bums. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time here, my name is Matthew Isbell. I post a lot of surf fishing videos. Consider subscribing. Today I'm keeping it really simple. I've got one inshore rod with me, rigged up with a Carolina rig, and I've got just a bag of shrimp, fresh dead shrimp, and I'm just gonna be using little pieces on the Carolina rig, walking up and down the beach, tossing it out really close, and we're gonna see what we can catch, see what we can get into. Main target would be some whiting. This is a fun way to do it, just a little different. Instead of using your set rigs, this allows you to be a little bit more mobile, find those pockets, find those holes potentially that they may be hanging in. But fishing this way, like I've said before, you don't ever really know what you're gonna run into. You can find a redfish, you can find a black drum. Every now and then you get lucky, you find that shallow water pompano. We're closer to low tide, which is not necessarily ideal, but I wanted to go ahead and get out here this morning. Can't go this afternoon, which honestly would be better with the tide cycle, but we'll see what we can get into. Let's get to fishing. So I've got just these little pieces of shrimp. I'm just pinching the head and the tail, and then I'm just squeezing them in half, making a couple different pieces. I've got this Carolina rig. I've got just a J hook right now. This is kind of something that I use for sheep's head, but we're just gonna put this piece of shrimp all on the hook and hide it as much as we can there. So we got a nice bait, 17-pound fluorocarbon up to a barrel swivel, and then just a 1/4 ounce egg sinker. Very, very simple. And the spot that I'm starting with, this is the first spot that I walked up to. There's a big opening in the bar right here where it's a little bit deeper. You can see like the bar is broken, picks up back down there, starts again right here. But this is basically where that slope of the bar would be, where it kind of drops off. So I'm gonna start here, just a little bit of feature, something a little bit different. Toss our bait out in that area, and if there are any whiting around, we should know fairly quick. Cool thing about this style of fishing, it allows me to be very mobile. So every little spot that I'm like, I wonder if they're hanging in relation to structure here or here or here or whatever, I can move around quickly. All right, they're gonna make us work for it today. They're not just stacked up where I initially assumed they would be. So we're gonna have to use our feet, use the brain, try to find some fish. Tough morning looking like. So I came out here yesterday. Conditions have changed drastically. As you can see, we've got cloudy skies, we've got a little bit of rain, we have a south wind, so you can see we actually have some texture going on here. All good things. And we're in the afternoon, so we are closer to that high tide. So we got a little bit more water in here. Everything points to should be a better day. I walked for a very long time yesterday, covered a lot of ground, was trying to find some whiting, but could not locate the first bite. So I've got my shrimp that I actually froze from yesterday. This is such a difficult time of year to fish. Winter is just very hard for surf fishing. There we go, we got our little piece of shrimp, that's all we got. We're gonna start covering some ground. I've got my bag of shrimp attached to my pants, so I am extremely mobile, and we can just move around until we find a bite. Literally did not get the first bite in several hours of doing this the other day, but I feel a lot better about the conditions that we've got right now. I guess I'm just gonna have to find the absolute perfect spot. There are just not very many fish around. These conditions could not be any better. We're gonna walk, and I'm gonna see if I can find the perfect whiting spot. I'm seeing some things that look good, like I was yesterday, that I'm throwing at that I would typically expect them to be in, and they are just not responding. The thing about whiting fishing, if they're in a particular hole, cut, rip, whatever, when you toss in there, it does not take more than 30 seconds to find out whether or not there's fish in there. All right, right in front of me, I've got a pretty decent rip, which that is whiting's favorite feature, is a rip, especially on a day like today. So come on, no luck in the rip. I covered that whole dang thing. My goodness, where are the whiting? Like, this is a time of year that they should be around. These are great conditions. I feel like if I can luck into finding them, I might find them pretty stacked up. I would hope so anyway. There we go. Got a fish. First bite. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's fighting good. This is my first stinking bite in 2 days. It took long enough. Got some good fight to them. I haven't seen them yet. Oh yeah, I think it's a good whiting. Real good whiting. Nice. Here we go. Oh my goodness. That is a stud. Holy smokes. Well, if you're gonna look for a, if you're gonna struggle for a bite, you might as well make it a good one. Awesome fish. I've covered so much ground to find this fish. Probably about a 15-inch whiting, super solid, not gonna complain. Maybe there's some more hanging around right in this hole. We're gonna get this guy back. What a struggle. I have never been more proud than I am right now to catch that whiting. I mean, that was a good one too. A lot of fun. Using an inshore setup, definitely a fun way to catch them. The cast before that, I lost my shrimp. So I didn't really feel much of a bite. That was the first time that something that I thought had picked it off. So I threw back in, got that bite. So maybe there's some more, we'll see. But finally, my goodness. Oh, it felt so good to actually catch a fish. Whew. All right, let's see if there's any more down there. There we go. Okay, next cast. It hit real soft. That was weird. It like didn't hit it aggressively like I would expect. It just kind of picked it up and sat there, and I felt the weight. Trying to keep that rod tip down. So if it comes up and ooh, man. Finally really feeling the weight of the fish. Another good whiting. There we go. It's so crazy how stacked up they are right here. Look at that. Ooh, he's got an injury on him too. Another quality fish. This is what you can expect in the wintertime. Another quality whiting right there. Second cast. We might have finally found the pocket where they might be stacked up. So we'll get this guy back. See if we can get another. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you very much. See ya. Heck yeah. I swapped over from a J to a circle hook. I wanted to set the hook on these guys, so that's why I had the J hook. But since that one kind of picked it up weird, I'm gonna swap over to that circle hook. I caught those two, and I've casted back in several more times without a bite. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh goodness, wow. This is a bruiser of a fish. Picked it up. I've still got the circle hook. Hopefully that got a decent hook set in there, because this feels like a really good fish. It fought so hard. I'm gonna back down the drag. I've got the drag kind of tight. Allow them to pull a little bit. Oh yeah, there he is. What a good whiting. Look at that guy. Wow. I love it. It's like catching little slot redfish. Look at that guy. Just another solid fish. He swallowed it too. I had the dang circle hook and he swallowed it. I had to move around a bit to find this one, but just another solid whiting. Wintertime, these would make great fillets, but we're just walking, trying to locate fish, try to catch a bite today. So I'm not keeping any fish, but we'll get this guy back. Thank you, dude. I was just sliding down this bar, casting each section of it. There you go, get you back, thank you. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm just using a Carolina rig, but I've got a Penn Conflict 2 2000 size spinning reel with 10-pound braid on a 7-foot contour rod. I believe Sea Striker makes this, but that's my tackle for today. And again, just on that very simple Carolina rig, and this is all I'm carrying with me on the beach. Effective way to locate fish, especially this time of year when they can be very difficult to find and the bite is extremely tough. I'm actually catching some quality fish. Locating fish with just my standard set rigs would have been very difficult because I've covered so much water moving around, I would have just had to really luck into getting in the right area. It's not like these fish are just everywhere right now. They are very concentrated, and even in areas that look really good and normally would hold fish, they just are not there. So there's a bar that swings in that's kind of closer to the beach than most of the bar structure, and that's where I've caught all 3 whiting. The first 2 were kind of like right in the same spot, and the last one was a little bit further down that bar. But now I'm just kind of moving up and down it, seeing if I can locate another fish. They don't seem to be stacked up, but they might be kind of hanging around this structure. Oh goodness. Woo! I was checking my phone. So, and this fish picked it up and just started taking off with it. Come on. I've got the drag a little bit looser. Man, when they just pick it up and go, that's the best. Look at this. Look how hard that fish is fighting, tugging back at me. Yes, sir. Man, just another bruiser. We are not catching babies today. This is all really solid fish. Right in the corner of the mouth, that's perfect. That's why we changed over to the circle hook. Nice whiting. We'll get you right back. Thank you for that. See ya. I am proud of finding these fish. I had to work for it. They didn't make it easy on me. It's winter time. Pretty awesome, and I'm having a blast. These fish are very fun to catch on inshore setups or light tackle steelhead rods, especially when you get them at this quality. Oh, there we go. I was about to reel in to check my bait, and a fish was on it. There we go. Look at this. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. Definitely has got some fight in him. Where'd you go? Oh, man. I gotta see this fish. Come on. All of them just bruisers, man. It doesn't get much better. Surf fishing, light tackle, inshore, thick, fat, juicy whiting. It was hard to find them, but look at that guy. Good gracious. Thank you, buddy. Such a pretty fish, so silver. These are the Gulf Kingfish, the most common one you find out here. See, dude? Those are definitely delicious. I know it's probably breaking some of your hearts that I'm tossing these fish back. Look how beautiful of an afternoon it is. Just turning out to be a great day. Oh. There he is. What do we got? Oh goodness, okay. He picked it up and swam towards me. Dang. This fish has got some weight. Ran all the way down the beach. Look at this. That might be the biggest of the day right there. Good gracious. Did you hear all that flopping? Man, he's got some weight. That is a fat whiting. Beautiful sunset going on. Settle down, buddy. What a way to end the day. Stellar whiting. Wrapping up the day. I'm moving back down the beach and just hit another spot. Had a couple of bites. Hooked up on this guy. Nice fish. Probably pushing close to 16 inches. Just a solid whiting. Okay. We'll get you back, buddy. Thank you so much. On this beautiful afternoon. We'll see you. Get you back. There he goes. I love the simplicity of beach fishing. Doing it this way, it couldn't be any more simple. One rod, a bag of shrimp, super light pack, you know, that I'm carrying with me. Just really easy. The only hard part in this video was locating the fish. That was a bit of a challenge, but that's the fun of fishing, and it's always way more rewarding when you find fish, when you have to work for it a little bit and really use your brain, put some effort into it and try to locate those fish. It's definitely a lot of fun when you can find success and find quality fish like this. I mean, every fish today, solid whiting. If you follow this channel and you're familiar with the species, you're well aware this was an incredible average. That's kind of how I base a whiting day. Is like, are you catching average 10-inch fish, average 12-inch fish, average 14-inch fish? You know, what's your average? And today, I mean, we were well over 14 inches for an average. I mean, the smallest fish was probably 14 today. Just incredible afternoon of whiting fishing with light tackle. Couldn't beat it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. We've got so much coming up for 2023. I'm so stoked to share it all with you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support along the way. And as always, you stay bumping.